Welcome to another episode of the Final Point Podcast. I am Josh, joined by my boy Adriel. What's up, bro?
What's up, man? We're
Back
here
for
at the
another
NBA
episode.
draft.
That draft hasn't started yet, dude. I know you guys are planning
The
to be
Thunder
in
have
it.
already won the championship. It's over. We're moving on to next season.
You're already throwing in the white flag.
No, 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 no. We're playing to acquire our two picks that are promised.
Yes, Adriel is having the blues about the Miami Heat. We're gonna get into that a little later, but starting off, we're gonna talk about Luka versus the Mavs. It was a big deal. It was fun to watch. And then we're going to talk about the red hot Detroit Pistons on a 7-game win streak. I mean, should they be taken serious in the East? I'm not
They
going
get a
for that.
clap. They
I'm
get a
not going
clap.
for that. And we're going to touch on the Bobby Portis situation. Suspended 25 games. We're going to get into that, get our thoughts on whether or not the suspension was warranted. But that and more on another episode of the Final Point Podcast. Let's get into it, bro.
All right, here we go, man. So we're gonna start with Luka versus Nico.
Who the hell's
That
Nico?
was that was last night.
Hey, Nico was in the building.
As he was watching him on
Yeah,
pregame, getting some shots in. There's also been a really good meme of Brian Windhorse out there as well, um,
I didn't even
where
see
he's
him. I don't know. I don't know how I missed him.
well. There is a picture circulating of him using his fat as like a armrest. It's
Yeah, he's gotten big over the years, man. Yeah.
it's hilarious, but yeah. I'm gonna put up the stat line right now for that game last night because Luca was on a tear,
Well, listen.
conducting business as usual.
I thought that Luca had a productive game. I wish I would have put this on wax, but I said last night that Luca was not going to drop 40. He's not going to drop 30. He won't even get to 25 because the Mavs are going to make sure of that. But one thing you can't stop Luca from doing is creating. And Luca was a master of ceremonies in that first half, just picking the Mavs apart. And I know he didn't have the crazy stat line that everybody wanted him to have, but dude, I mean, a triple double, right? I mean, did he
Yeah,
get to the triple double?
15, 12, and 19.
Come on, man.
And that goes with 2 blocks and 3 steals.
Yeah, he had a great
Only
first
2
half,
only 2 turnovers for the whole
right?
game.
But the way the Mavs were playing Luca, they were not going to let him get off his shots. And yes, granted, he did take his share of attempts, but they were making it real tough for him. And kudos to him. He always figures it out, and like he did any other time, right? He found a way to pick the Mavs apart, and I thought that was a great game. I thought that. Well, listen, that's the first game that I actually watch from in its entirety of LeBron and Luca. And yeah, I have caught some highlights, but that's the first game that I got to see. And listen, I got a hot take for you here, and I know you're not gonna like it. All right, but I think that even right now, even though they haven't accomplished nothing from what I've been seeing out of them, and this is just the beginning, and this is a 40-year-old LeBron. I think that Luca is is LeBron's probably Luca right now to me is the best teammate LeBron has had, and that says a lot. He's been paired up with Kyrie Irving, right? He's been paired up with that guy with the ugly statue down in Miami, okay? And he was paired up with Chris Bosh. All right. So that says a lot about Luca, but Luca is a better fit with LeBron. LeBron's never had a dynamic playmaker like this Okay, listen, taking nothing away from D Wade. D Wade is not a playmaker like Luca is on any level. Okay,
The
athletic, yes.
You're probably right. I'm
No,
with
no,
you
no.
on
It's a,
the
it's
skill
it.
wise.
No, no, no. It's a
It's
fact.
it's yeah, it's skill
D
wise,
Wade is
it's a
not a
fact.
playmaker. He's not. That's why LeBron took on that role when he got to Miami, and it took him some time to figure that out. D Wade was like, "No, look, you have the ball in your hands." And with Luka, LeBron doesn't have to do that. And then they had some points in the game where I thought JJ Redick's rotation was interesting. He was starting them off together, then bringing LeBron off, letting Luka run the show, then taking Luka off and letting LeBron run the show. And the Lakers don't really miss a beat because you pick your poison, LeBron or Luka. Even though it's a 40-year-old LeBron, it's still LeBron or Luka. And I never thought I would be saying those words together.
Yeah.
Choose LeBron or Luka on the same team because we never thought this would be happening, but here it is, right in front of us. And I like so far I like what I see. They they are gonna make this work. They're already making it work, and
Yeah,
it's just gonna get scarier.
I think the fact that it's already working is testament to what it will be. They're both one of the best players out right now, especially right now in this generation. But yeah, I agree with you that Luca is probably LeBron's most talented,
All
uh,
around player, yes.
yeah, yeah. It's I'll probably this is how I see it. Luca is the best type of player that LeBron has ever played, but best teammate will probably be Wade. But
What do you categorize in the best team in like best
it,
buds? Yeah, they're not
yeah, like
they're not
chemistry,
canoe buddies.
it was the
Yeah,
chemistry and just all
yes,
that, to me, I think that was the best 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 duo for him.
yeah,
But
but friendships don't win championships, dude.
exactly, and that's why we did win championships.
Because so they were friends.
No, they were friends, but that's why the
Listen,
power of friendship. But yeah, I'm with you, man. I think this is gonna be a great duo. Like this duo is gonna make it super interesting in the if they make the playoffs, which they probably will. I think so far.
they will
Um,
make the playoffs,
yeah, like this in a playoffs in a playoff game, I really want to watch. Like I'd rather watch that
dude.
um than
Austin
watch the Heat
Reeves.
play. And so
Listen. Austin Reeves is a bona fide third option.
yeah,
I
for
saw
sure.
Austin Reeves light up his defenders last night. Austin Reeves is a problem, and he's been a problem. But now the league is on notice. He is a third option to a prime Luca, an aging but still very elite LeBron, and he's fitting in just fine. He's holding his own. 20 to 25 a night in a 7-game playoff series. When you got that third option, the way Austin Reeves is playing, that's listen, that's legit. That is legit. The Lakers are a team to deal with. And
They're a
I'm
very
sorry,
interesting
but
team.
OKC, yes. Denver, yes. I mean, I can see what the hype's about, but no one wants to see the Lakers in a 7-game series, bro. I'm just putting it out there right now, man. No one wants to see them. LeBron that's what he does, right? He's so used to the moment. So you got that experience to combine with Luka's experience from last year. Um,
Is
who knows
is is
where
this
this can
JJ
go?
Redick's will this be JJ Redick's first playoff matchup
Yeah,
or
this is his first season.
okay. No, I mean it's I just think they're a really interesting team. Either this can go really amazing or just really bad. Or it could just be like the Suns where it's just disappointing. But um
But is it going to be
I don't have
disappointing because it's the
I don't have a
Lakers?
feeling. Um no.
Like everyone's expecting them to, now you got Luca. You gotta. There's no pressure. LeBron's already won it a bunch of times. No pressure. Luca needs to win one. If not this year, next year, possibly the year after that, they
Yeah.
will be in contention for sure. But I just I like what they're doing. I like the way it looks. LeBron is deferring to Luca a lot. And people were saying, "Oh, how's this gonna work? LeBron needs the ball in his hands." People forget that LeBron was deferring to Kyrie Irving. LeBron deferred to D Wade. He deferred to Bosh. He's not. There's no problem with him
especially now.
doing that. Right. He's used to that. So why wasn't it gonna work?
Things just don't work sometimes in the NBA. I mean,
Yeah.
we're kind of wondering why the Suns never ended up working. I mean, you know what I mean? Like these things just happen, and but as of right
Three
now,
players, listen, three players that have never had to defer to anyone on any team. Kevin Durant was always the man. That's why it didn't work out for him in
yeah,
OKC with
James
Westbrook. He
Harden,
couldn't understand that you have to defer sometimes. They didn't work out there. It didn't work out in Brooklyn with him and Kyrie because they just couldn't be healthy enough to be on the court. Maybe it would have worked out with them too because they're buds off the court.
yeah,
But yeah, and when he was in Golden State, he was the man.
hmm
I mean, Curry deferred to him.
correct.
So Phoenix is not in that position to just you're asking three players who have never deferred. D Book has always been the man. On that finals run with Chris Paul, he was the man.
Yep.
That's why it's not working.
Yeah, man. But I have no sense that this is not gonna go well. And I like I said, they're a super interesting team. I want to see
Yeah,
more of them this season. Um, let's go ahead and segue into Detroit, man. Let's talk about Detroit because
red hot.
they've been interesting. Now I know, this is where me and you might agree, but these last seven teams not super impressive in my standpoint, but the fact that they've gone on this run and the way they have been playing lately, and Cade Cunningham coming off of All-Star break has been balling this whole year. He's been balling and
Yeah.
he's playing impactful basketball. Um, so I do like what they got going on there. I mean, Asar Thompson as well, he's now acclimated, playing well too off of the injury now, and I mean they're looking like a really interesting team. Not the Pistons of old.
It's too early to take them serious, but yeah, that is a good sign. If you are a Pistons fan, for that fan base, it is a good sign that Cunningham is playing high level basketball right
Mhm.
now, uh, and he's looking like he should have been that high draft pick, and that's always good to see. You don't want to see players losing their value after they were hyped up coming into the league, and Cunningham is showing people, look, I was that highly sought after for a reason, and it's good to see him playing that kind of basketball. I don't think the Pistons are streaky, uh, but let's be honest, these teams that they face, the only one with a winning record is the Clippers.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sold on them yet. It's good to have the competition in the East because it was looking too easy for us with the exception of the Cavs. But listen, I mean, I want them to make it interesting.
And they're currently on this in the sixth seed above the Magic right now. Um, they do have some tough games coming up. Let's see, yeah, a Sunday matchup with Milwaukee. So it's going to be an interesting. I just like the makeup of their team. They're very long, lanky, um, very crazy athletic, two-way players. Um, and like I said, I'm a big fan of the Thompson brothers. They're a freak of nature, and by next season, I mean a- and let's not forget as well the new coach for them that has kind of changed everything. Uh,
One of the
I know
worst
he's not the
coaches, bro. He's one of the
he
worst coaches,
he's
bro.
not, but they've always had horrible horrible GMs or horrible coaches or horrible players. So if you're a Detroit's fan, you're in a better spot than the Heat right now.
Yes,
So
but last year they were dealing with the injury with Cunningham, so we don't know what that season would have looked like if the team was fully healthy. This year they added in Malik Beasley, who is a perfect fit,
mhm.
and gave my Celtics hell tonight. So an unshout out to him for that. But listen, I mean, the coach happens to this coach happens to be able to coach a healthy Pistons team with a
Mhm.
healthy Cunningham, and that makes a difference. So again, not sold on them yet. Let's see what happens in the next couple weeks. 7 game win streak. No, now it's an 8 game win streak now. Because they beat my Celtics. So yeah, fuck
Hey.
them. Fuck them.
All right, man. Let's move on to this one we're gonna have fun with, man. The Bucks. Bobby
Crazy, man.
Portis
My man Bobby Portis, man. I was
suspended.
wondering why those eyes was popping out of his head, man. He's
Well,
fucking
now
high
we
out of his
know.
mind.
Now we know, man. He took the wrong meds. It seems like.
How do you take the wrong meds, man? Bobby, you got some explaining to do, man. Okay. First of all, I don't even play in a basketball league, right? And when I'm gonna take a pill, I make sure it's the pill that I'm supposed to take. Like I just don't go to the Tylenol thing and just
Take it,
without
right?
looking and
You
just
don't just like drop it in and take
right.
a
And
glass of
it's like
water.
pills have different colors and all that. Like you didn't see the color of the pill. I
Well,
find it hard to believe that he didn't know it was I think it was tramadol, was it?
yeah, it says that he
That's an
took the
opiate.
painkiller. Yeah, exactly. He took the painkiller unintentionally, is what his agent was saying. Um, it said Portis did not realize that he was taking the tramadol, which was properly prescribed, but is on the NBA's banned substance list.
Bro, but 25 games, he said he didn't know. I mean, can we get a warning? Can we get a
Can we get a 3 or 5 game suspension? I mean, I guess that they do the 25 to make sure it's out of the system completely, but I mean, just talk about just, I guess, ignorance, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it. Like you said, I'm the same way. I
hey,
always look at the bottle, but I guess when you're
let's
an NBA player or a little bit more wealthy, you got people that take care of that for you. So
listen, let's talk about the politics of the NBA and let's address the elephant in the room, right? If Giannis, Jokic, Shea, Tatum to a certain degree, and Edwards, if any of those players, John Moran, no. Um, but you get what I'm trying to say. If that caliber of player
hmm
happens to be the one that take that pill by accident and happens to be the one that fails that drug test unintentionally, are they seeing a 25 game suspension? I think Bobby Portis is at he's the kind of level player that look they can use and make him an example out of him and do the 25 because 25 game is harsh. I ain't gonna listen.
yeah,
That's a real disciplined sentence without even getting a he don't get a warning or nothing. I mean that was real strong on them, and I think they're just trying to make an example out of him, and he's at that level where like okay we know the Bucks need you, but we're not really gonna lose viewership because fucking Bobby Portis isn't playing, right? Let's be
exactly,
honest.
exactly.
I mean, so if it's one of those players, do you think they're leveling that same sentence on them players? I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I mean,
25 games, dude. You might as well suspend him for the season. That's the season.
do you think LeBron took some by
I
accident? I
think
mean, you know what I mean? Like
no,
it's
no, no.
probably happened.
LeBron has taken care of himself. LeBron watches what he takes. I don't think he puts himself in that position. I don't think Bobby Portis took this by accident. That's what I'm getting at. He didn't. He knew what the fuck he was taking. You're
Yeah.
just mad that you got caught. And
It
judging by those fucking eyes, bro, it's not the first time you took some pills and and got you. Because, dude, you look like you're on more than pills. Like, if he would have failed for coke, I would not be surprised.
yeah, I mean the way his eyes are just so pronounced is pretty
Come on,
insane.
man.
But
But out of all players, when I found out that he was the one, popping pills, I'm like, oh, dude, the memes are gonna be endless.
yeah,
But
the
the internet's been kind. They haven't really been, what I mean, like that much on him.
I think, but I think most people understand that this was kind of a little egregious sentence, put on him. The 25, like you said, is a little too much in my opinion. I was thinking like 5 or 10, but They made an example
Bucks
out
are
of him.
fifth. Dude, the Bucks are fifth in the East. They have.
Yes,
I'm not gonna say they have a chance, but dude,
but
Bobby Portis is a
they're
big part of
playing
what
well
they
without him.
do. And for them to do 25 games, not even 5 games, without pay, that shit hurts.
Hmm.
So right now, Bobby's either mad at himself for taking that pill, or that trainer his is fired.
More than likely, that trainer is fired.
I think he has to make it look good, dude. Honestly, man. Hey,
Well,
is it still legal in the league to smoke like weed?
I'm I believe so. I'm pretty sure that was that was done like maybe 2 years ago.
Yo,
I
but
mean, there was a video with Kevin Durant and Letterman where he's like, "I'm high right now." He says that he
yeah,
smokes all the
no, that's
time.
right, that's right. No, Kevin Durant really he's an advocate for marijuana. Dude, the fact that they're banning painkillers in the NBA. I mean, these guys are playing 82 games. Can we give them something? I mean, I know me. I'm 40 years old, but after a pickup game, dude, I'm sore. I mean, I'm not looking for tramadol, but I'm definitely looking for the Tylenol PM. you
Yeah,
know?
you got to take it right before bed.
Yeah, man, and I don't know, man. I don't think painkillers. I mean, it's not that serious, dude. I mean, let the players live. Some of these dudes are playing through injury.
It's it's a tricky thing, you know. Uh, Opioids are good and bad for many reasons. So it's one of those things that, like you said, they just made it. They found the right person to make an example of,
Yeah.
and here
Sorry,
we are.
Bobby. See you next season.
Well, we now head into the final point of the podcast, and unfortunately, it's my least favorite, but it's tank season, ladies and gentlemen, and we are now in
oh my
position.
god.
We now have a 2 to 3% chance to acquire Cooper Flag in the draft, um, as long as we stay in our number 10 spot as we are right now behind the Atlanta Hawks and Orlando Magic. So um, yeah, they've just been playing really bad. I'm pretty much at the point now where um, this season's just kind of a wash. But I'm still gonna watch the games regardless because I'm not a sellout. You guys know me out there.
You think if you
Um,
stop watching the games, we're gonna think you're a sellout?
yeah,
Who wants to watch a bad team? Even though, listen,
exactly. Hey, I. That's just that's how I see it for
no,
myself.
I'm not gonna say that because when the Celtics were struggling, I was tuning in. So listen, you got to support your team. So I
No,
mean,
yeah,
I completely get it. To tanking, dude, you guys aren't gonna tank. Spo
they
just
aren't.
said the other day, you guys are gonna figure it out.
No,
He
yeah, of
just
course.
said that.
Yeah, that
Let
I
him
know.
figure it out.
No, it's not that it's not that they're gonna intentionally tank. It's just that they're just gonna lose a shit ton of games. We're just at that point. This season's just been up and down roller coaster. Nothing's working. Defense collapses every fourth quarter. Terry Rozier's still on the team. I mean, there's a million things I can go into here, but for the most part, man, they've just been not a entertaining basketball team this season, and I myself, like other Heat fans, are already at the point where it's kind of a wash every game. But like I said, I'm gonna still tune in. I'm gonna still sit
Hey,
there and watch it every day.
yeah, listen, I mean, you have no choice. Hey, how good is it to watch Jimmy be the needle mover out in San Francisco and watching what Jimmy's doing out there? Um, since he's joined the Warriors, they are 7-3.
I mean,
And although Jimmy's not averaging high numbers, is it the Jimmy effect?
Jimmy is definitely what the Golden State Warriors needed this season.
Like a jolt?
They needed some fresh air from someone else, and they needed someone who can create
Yeah.
and play make, handle the ball, can draw fouls, and can be clutch when needed. And they've gotten all of that ever since he's joined this season. So I mean, it is what it is, man. I'm still happy with the outcome, as in I'm still happy with the trade that Miami got out of it. I think Wiggins is playing actually pretty well. with the Heat. I do think he can fit between Bam and Hero at least lately. It's been last four have been over 20 points per game, and what he is actually doing pretty surprisingly well in Miami is drawing fouls. He draws a lot of fouls. He actually leads this season in 4 point plays, um, and he's showing out in Miami at least for. And Davion Mitchell, great addition. Kyle Anderson, I don't like. But for the most part,
Yo, Kyle Anderson is so trash. I don't want to call any NBA trash, any NBA player trash because these are talented individuals. But Ryan Anderson, if Ryan Anderson was not the height that he is, he would be one
he
of
would.
the worst basketball players to ever play in the NBA. If he was like 6'2" or 6'3", he would not even make it in the league.
I don't even think he would be in the league right now.
I
I
mean, the
think he'd
dude
be
is
playing
so
overseas or something.
slow to watch, man.
Yeah, it's pretty painful to watch his game. His game is very weird, very unorthodox as well
He's
too.
just long. That's all. That's the
Yeah,
only thing he has going from. He's 7 feet tall. It's the only
he.
thing.
I will say the one thing he does well is play make. He can initiate and play make pretty well, and he's a pretty decent passer. Um, but that would probably, to in my eyes, that's probably the best part of his game is
Yeah, dude.
the ability to pass.
He's been traded past like 3 seasons. He's been
I
on a
feel like
different
every
team.
team he's been
No, no,
he's
no,
been
no.
a
He did well when he was with the I believe it was the Grizzlies. He was on there for a couple seasons.
yes.
Yeah,
Um,
so
he reminds me of Tony Snell.
nah, dude. Tony Snell one time had the craziest stat line I've ever
Oh
seen in my
yeah.
life, dude. This guy had 0, 0, 0, 0 in like 28 minutes. He literally ran around and did nothing. Like I could have at least gotten
A
I'm good for an
rebound.
assist.
Yeah.
I'm good for at least one sneaky rebound. I just come out of nowhere and get it. I'm good for at least one steal. I'll
Shout
even
out
get
to Tony
fouled and go
Snell.
to the line and give me 1 point, dude. I'll probably make 1 out of 2 free throws. This guy had zero. Everything was zero, dude. The craziest thing I've ever seen, yo. Fucking
Yeah,
legend.
that
He's a
yeah,
legend for
man.
that.
Yeah, that but I mean, this is where we're at right now and it is what it is. I'm still enjoying the All-Star Tyler Hero season and at least Jimmy got his joy back. So
Hey, listen,
everyone wins here.
it's only up from here, dude. It's only up from here. It can't get worse. They're
Yeah,
not gonna be a
exactly.
bottom. They're not gonna be a bottom of the East team because they're just not that kind of team. So
That would
like
help
they're not gonna
our
become the
our
Charlotte Hornets.
it would help our Cooper Flag
No, no,
chances
no, no.
though.
They should be doing that.
Yeah,
The
that's what
Miami Heat should absolutely shut down Hero, shut down Bam, and just tank. But you can't do that.
correct.
You got to at least you got to at least try. I mean, you could try doing what Wemby and Chris Paul did in the All Star game. I
Oh
mean, in
yeah,
the All Star
I didn't
weekend, just
know.
not even yeah. And then I'm like, I didn't even know that we were not supposed to play. But dude, they have a good shot at Cooper Flag, man. But I think Ace Bailey fits you guys better.
Ace Bailey would probably be a type of player that we would need, but I mean, if you're in
If
there,
you go with either or,
yeah, if you're somehow in the running or in the chance, I don't see why not. But
but
I
if you
mean,
guys
either
do
way,
get
realistically, I don't think they're gonna get Cooper Flag anyways.
no,
But
I think he's probably going to stay in Duke.
yeah, maybe for
I've
another
heard
year.
rumors of him staying in college. That makes the most sense for him. He's going to get paid through
Yep.
his through the NIL, and I'd rather if I'm him, I'd rather be in Duke in one of the more legendary college programs, playing in front of packed stadiums at home with great fans. He's getting all the press because he's plays for Duke.
And develop some more basketball IQ
Yeah, dude, just
and
go on and
just
win a national championship. There's no rush for him to get into the NBA when he's
the hype
making
is
money.
already there.
The hype's
For,
already there. And for you to play for the
exactly.
Wizards, dude, I mean, come on.
Yeah, yeah. Why?
Now, if the Spurs have a high probability of getting him
Hmm.
with the Wembanyama recent news, which that sucks for Spurs fans. I do feel for them
Yeah,
because the Spurs were supposed to make a little bit of noise this season, and that Wemby news kind of crushed it. So, but hey, on the bright side, you got a chance to get Cooper Flag. This could be it.
And that right there is a Cooper Flag in that organization. Oh my, like
This is reminiscent of 1996 when David Robinson got injured and the Spurs tanked, and in comes Mr. Duncan,
hmm
and the rest is history. This could be one of those moments, dude.
it
Because if
could
you pair up Cooper and Wemby, it's over.
with De'Aaron
Even
Fox.
Ace Bailey, if they get Ace Bailey, it's over
hmm
because they already got Stephon Castle. I mean, so they're building something over there. The Heat should tank. I don't think they're gonna.
No, they'll probably get either a 10 through 20 pick is what I'm thinking
Yeah,
already. And that's fine. That anyone is better than what we have right now. So let's just wrap it up on that mark right there.
good luck, man.
All right, guys. Well, this is the end of the episode of the Final Point podcast.
Thanks for tuning in.
We will be here for next week to talk about some more things. We're going to also do a special episode on whose player is better between me and Josh, and we'll put an episode of that out real soon as well.
What? Who's what?
Whose player is better? We've talked about this.
Which player?
Paul Pierce,
Oh, you talking about
Dwayne
the?
Wade.
Yes. So listen. No. But you said it wrong. That's why it threw me off. I'm like player, my 2K player. What player you talking about? No. Yeah. So listen. Yeah. So we're gonna match up superstars every week, and we're gonna debate on the show on which player had the better career.
Exactly
And
right.
first up is gonna be D Wade versus Paul Pierce.
It's a perfect. It's a perfect first episode right there.
So
This is
all
gonna
that
be a
coming next week.
Yep. All right, guys, take it easy. We'll have an episode out soon. Good night.
All right, bro.